Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? It's been a little while, and I wanted to come on and do a live and see what is going on with you guys. We are in March. We are in Aries season, and there's so much going on. I think many of us have been starting fresh, starting new, exploring the people we have become after a transformational phase, a transitional phase, really looking at our goals and kind of constructing our goals based on the work that we've done, who we've become, and kind of assessing where we are at and where we want to go. And since there's been so much change going on, it can be a little bit strange to kind of figure out what you want, what your goals are going to be. So figuring out new goal setting essentially and where you want to go with your life. And, the more transformation that you have done, you might find that your goals are totally different than before, which is totally okay and completely natural. So how do we goal set in times of change? It's one of those things I think we have to learn. And hello. And it's starting from zero. It's like the Fool energy in the tarot, where we are starting from scratch. We're starting fresh. We might have new perspectives, new objectives. And since we don't really know ourselves, if we are coming into a new space where we have had new experiences and we're just trying things out for a different reason, or we're exploring a different pathway in life and figuring out if that works for us, it's a very kind of transitional time, but at the same time really exciting to see what happens, see where we can go, try new things, explore new things. You might be figuring out if you want to travel, you might be signing up for different courses, just exploring and expressing yourself in different ways. So goal setting in times of change can be challenging because you're not really sure where you're headed, but you know where you've been. So you're basing your new decisions off of experiences that you've had in the past and the wisdom you've gained from the past. So it's all really exciting, moving forward and deciding who you want to be, where you're going to go next, and what are your values at this time, and where can they help assist you in achieving your goals and help you move different pathways towards a direction that you really want to go in. So it's an exciting time, and I hope that you guys are really understanding all the hard work that you put in is now leading to this new you who is exploring different pathways and doing things differently from how you would have done them in the past. And this might be a huge shift, a huge change for you. You might be a totally different person. And so your friendship circles might have changed. You might have a different relationship with your family members. You might be wanting to connect with different people and wanting to make new connections, finding those like-minded people. And that can be challenging too, but it's going to be fantastic to meet new people and create new adventures. So this is something I'm looking forward to. We're already 3 months into 2023. Time is going by fairly quickly these days. And so, be patient with these new developments. We don't know how much time we have in this world, but there isn't a rush. There's no rush. If we look back at the past, I'm sure we can all reflect and think, wow, okay, I was in a hurry for no good reason, essentially. And that a lot of the things that you anticipated or expected would go really quickly actually took a really long time. So we might think about our healing, for example. So you might have thought, I thought I was going to heal in a month, but it took 3 years to heal something. But that investment was totally worth it. And now in retrospect, you can look back and go, wow, I did so much work. I'm proud of myself. And I can see how much effort I put in and how much energy that required for me to actually change, a vibration, a mindset, change your body. elevate your spirit, your soul, whatever it was for you. A lot of us were really working on our thoughts and detangling a lot of thought processes or belief systems that we had in the past, which really didn't work for us. And so moving forward, it's like, okay, we've got this reset, this factory reset that we've had, and using all the wisdom that we've gained in the past, but to move forward in new and different, exciting ways. So a lot of transformation happening, and also learning to rebuild our confidence. So when you go through a life-changing experience or transformation under fire, it's natural to come out of that and go, okay, there might be depression, there might be anxiety, or you might have felt extremely motivated and achieved some of your goals already. Maybe you've achieved all your goals, and so you're trying to set new ones for yourself. It's this game of balance as you move forward, and as you kind of pat yourself on the back and say, good job, you sure showed courage, probably valor, honor in some ways, and you can hold your head up high as you move forward and start to think about the next stages. And this might be a shorter video, but I did want to come on just to reconnect and say hello. I am going to be doing tarot within these videos as well, but I wanted to give myself a little bit more freedom to come on here and kind of explore healing, connection, and that element of magic, of course. So if you guys are wanting readings or wanted to request a specific reading, then just let me know and definitely send that out there, because I do my readings live. And so you're actually in real time with me, and it's not a pre-recorded video, right? So in that way, you definitely have that opportunity to connect. And that's why I think I will continue to do the tarot, but also incorporate, reflection on what I have learned over the past while. And when I take a lot of time between videos, you can always assume that there's a lot of inner work going on, and that I'm really taking that time to honor myself and operate with a self-love model. Yeah! And how have you been? How have you been? Because I have missed coming on here too. It's, I guess, simply, when you're in that phase of relearning and exploring, and when you have essentially dismantled some belief systems. For me, part of the system that I dismantled was my psychic energy, my doing tarot readings, what it means to me, and what that interaction or that exchange, what the value is, not just in the lives that I do, but, thinking about my offering as a person, and if I should continue to offer that. Because when I reflected on the past, I did see some occasions where, it can have a negative effect on people if they are relying on tarot too much. But at the same time, it was just my own personal process of what this means to me, and this process of commitment and dedication, and what it means to come to the table and do videos like this, because it is a responsibility. I have to be mindful that I'm being truthful and honest and sharing my experiences with you guys as well. And I feel like that's part of what I bring to the table, is this genuine kind of transparency of what I go through. And you guys can relate to that at different stages of your path too. So I was really questioning a lot about my old belief systems, about connections, ascended masters. I was thinking about the angel realm, thinking about a manifestation, thinking about this concept of positive and negative, good and evil, past lives, like really just getting into everything. And when you fall down the rabbit hole, when we're talking about all these universal mysteries, it can take some time to just recognize that there aren't so many answers as questions, right? So when you think you know something, that can always be challenged. It can always be movable. And so depending on your mentality, if you're in a flexible mentality, fantastic. But if you're not, if you're in depression or anxiety, or questioning a lot of different things, or you're in a victim kind of energy, then it is safe to take a step back from some of your belief systems and question them a little bit. I think that's highly valuable to do with spirituality, with organized religion, with anything really, because if you become too stuck in a mindset, then there's no room for exploration. There's no room for that flexibility, which is beautiful because that's how we grow and transform. So that's a little bit why I kind of disappear here and there. It's really about me questioning my values, me questioning some of my experiences, and coming back to the table when I feel darn good and ready. It's Top Gun. Anyway. But yes, coffee. So many people, and I can see this, I've been in an observation mode with a lot of connections that I have, and just kind of watching from afar. It's not that I don't want to connect with people, but it's just coming out of such a big hermit mode. So it's like 3 years of hermit mode, right? And then slowly re-entering back into society, but with all these different kind of concepts of what friendships are, what love is, what connections are, what your role in the world is, what your offerings are. I mean, it's a lot, right? It's a lot to process. So, kudos to everyone who has been doing their own work, whatever makes sense to them in their heart. I have been in a very kind of consuming mode, so less productive in terms of like that creative energy. So I express that creative energy through doing these videos, through offering my energy outward to others. It could be also doing art or writing or, creating. Could be creating a tarot deck or creating digital art, whatever it is. That's production, that's creativity. And the consumption is more of that side where you're wanting to take it in, you're wanting to maybe watch a video, or you're wanting to listen to a podcast. You are taking it in, you're filtering, you're pondering, you're questioning. That's more of the receptive side of things. So I've been a really receptive kind of consuming energy, and that's been fantastic because I've learned a lot, I've observed a lot, I've listened a lot, and now I'm kind of hungry. I'm hungry for that productive energy again, that outgoing energy, that creative energy. And, sometimes it's really good to reflect on what you want to create, because then you come back to the table grounded, balanced, secure, confident, and you can really, come in here and connect with where you are at. And not to say that you have to be on, level 10 every time. I'm certainly not. Like I come on here sometimes with no makeup, with my hair crazy, and not dressed up, etc., because I want to have that natural connection and energy. So if I want to come on here, do my makeup, get dressed up, fantastic. Woo! You don't have to though. You can come on and be totally authentic, transparent, and have an extremely good session, good video. So sometimes it's fantastic to pay attention to those things, and sometimes they can turn into excuses. And it doesn't really matter. You can look amazing, or you can come on and just be who you are and do what you're doing however you can. So it's really challenging yourself and your perception of who you need to be, how you need to be, to present yourself and connect with the world or whatever projects you're working on. So, that's another thing, that I like to dismantle. I like to dismantle expectations that I set for myself, but also that others set or society sets. And I like to do that because I feel like it brings me back to my roots, right? Being an outsider or a weird person, or just a little bit strange, a little bit magical, not no muggle status here, but keep true to yourself. And I'm actually really excited to come back into it, like a more material energy where I want to go on a shopping extravaganza and bring out some of my kind of latent fashionista energy and allow myself to just express that side of me and, come on here and explore a little bit more, maybe explore some cool topics. I've been watching some really interesting like Asian movies and television series, the Korean dramas, but I've also just recently watched a couple Chinese dramas, and it's really fun getting to dive into different cultures. And I don't know about you guys in terms of watching films that have subtitles, etc., but I love it because I'm learning just a little bit about different cultures and really appreciating some of the intense I guess, spiritual messages, and that goes across, Western and Eastern philosophies. So it's really cool. Hi. It's really cool, and I found a lot of inspiration and fun in doing that. So whatever it is for you guys, but, when you're watching something and something pops into your mind, like that could be a hot topic to discuss on this channel. And so, I'm hoping that will be something that I create the time to do, is to come on here and explore different things. It could also be like a movie night or something where, I put a movie out there and then we watch it and then we discuss just fun things, because I want to connect more with everybody and come back to a place where it's more fun. It's not like something that I feel like I have to do. And so I don't know if you guys can relate to that. What are your projects? What are you guys working on right now that you're, dedicating some time and energy and effort to? Or, alternatively, what's kind of standing in your way from moving forward? And are you guys lacking motivation right now? I find that it comes in kind of like spurts, right? Like my mind is like, okay, ready to go, do this. And I'm slowly working towards different things, but my body hasn't quite caught up yet. So I'm trying to be really mindful of the cycles of energy within my own body so that I can utilize that to my best advantage. So let me know how you guys are working with motivation and inspiring yourselves to move forward on some of the things that you might have kind of been leaving in stasis for a while, because I think that's a really good thing for people to connect into, is how other people motivate themselves and get moving and start kind of rolling that stone. The rolling stone gathers no moss. So you have to start somewhere, and it's almost like the biggest part of restarting is actually that initial movement, the initial momentum. And so how do you guys create that momentum? For me, it's not getting stuck on big things. So say for 2023, I kind of set my mind to, my focus is finances and fitness. So anything that I do that works towards stability in finance or fitness, anything, tiniest little thing, I could save a penny, I could go out for a walk, whatever it is, if they fall into those categories, I'm celebrating them, because that's what my mindset, my focus is. And those are really broad spectrum, broad umbrellas, right? So I've given myself the freedom to kind of work on those, but in a more broader way. But what that can also mean is allocating finances to fitness. And so starting to get the mind working on, how do you serve yourself, right? How do you work for your own highest and best? And really start to kind of pull out any pins and self-sabotage, or pull out those pins one by one, where you're preventing yourself from achieving your own goals, right? So just little tiny things. So if you have a mindset that you can only work out at the gym, all right, well, what can we do there? Solution-based thinking. We can change the mindset that you have to go to the gym. So you could make your way there. But before you get there, maybe there's a video on YouTube that you can start doing stretches, or you can start doing yoga. And that gets you into that zone before you get that gym membership, etc. Or if you're writing, one of the things that I thought, okay, if you're in the consuming mode and you're watching a movie and you want to write a book, okay, all right, why don't you jot down some of your favorite elements or aspects of a character or a storyline while you're watching, right? Because then you're both kind of consuming, but you're setting yourself up for that creation in the future. So just little tiny ways you can tweak, working for yourself, even if you're in a lower energy zone. So yeah, I don't know. I had a few different little notes that I wanted to talk about. I wanted to also kind of talk about the uncertainty in the world right now and how we can use that to our advantage, and just accepting that, the uncertainty right now in the world, it makes sense because life is always doing that ebb and flow. And we have been kind of mastering uncertainty in a way and learning how to stabilize ourselves and create safety for ourselves. And that's been a major work in progress. And we put so much energy into that and invested so much in ourselves. And so as we move forward here, it's kind of, we might be a little bit triggered by the uncertainty, or a lot triggered by the uncertainty. But I feel like this uncertainty, it's part of why we gathered that thick skin. It's part of why we strengthened our psychic energy, strengthened our mind, strengthened our core, our spirit, so that we know we don't have to go look for challenges, but we know that we have this inherent wisdom to help us navigate them now. And we are probably more likely able to find support or allow support in, and really look at uncertainty in a different way than we have in the past. So this uncertainty makes sense, and we're learning how to kind of go with chaos and uncertainty as, a surfer would ride the waves. And that's kind of corny, but it's true in a way. There's been so much transformation, that with that transformation and with that growth, has come this wisdom, and that wisdom is really valuable. That is the gold. That is the treasure. That is the kind of unconditional love that we have for ourselves and this experience. And you might be rejecting the experience of life. You might have a lot of issues with what's going on and how things are going. And that's part of it. That's totally okay to be uncertain with life in general, because I think that's a huge, step in transformation. As I said at the beginning, is really questioning everything, questioning belief systems, questioning values, and trying not to get stuck there, because that can, lead us deeper into a depression or deeper into anxiety if we're really focused on everything that can happen, because there's so many possibilities in life. So kind of reclaiming that power and taking back that power by going, yes, things are totally uncertain. And I have a lot of tools and resources now to move through uncertainty and continue moving forward on my path. And, reformatting takes a little bit of time. So give yourself time to have this transition point phase from the past version of yourself to this new version of yourself, and wherever that new version is taking you, because you're headed somewhere. Your energy is taking you somewhere, even if you can't see where you want to go yet. One step at a time, baby steps, slow movement, and you're going to find yourself moving where you want to go. And you can create tiny little goals for yourself to continue moving forward and working towards those things. Release the pressure. Release the pressure on yourself. Create some freedom here, right? I'm turning 39 soon, and I can go, oh my goodness, I'm turning 39. I didn't accomplish this isn't what I wanted to do. Or I can be like, wow, I'm 39. I have accomplished so much. I have so much wisdom. I'm doing what I want to do. I, wrote a book, I created cards, I went to the market, I did all these things. Give yourself some respect and in what you've accomplished, and give yourself some freedom. So I'm trying to also do this and give myself some freedom to go, okay, I'm 39. That doesn't mean anything outside of what I give meaning to it, right? So I definitely do experience comparison to other people and comparing other people who are at my age range and what they've accomplished, etc. And I'm also trying to release that comparison because I don't see it as highly valuable. I see it as valuable in terms of inspiration and motivation, but I don't see it as valuable if I'm going to kind of see myself as inferior or think that that person had the same experiences as me, because really, unless you're very close with someone, you don't know how they got there. You don't know what their motivations were. You have not a lot of information based on what you can see on the surface level. And so hopefully you guys are in that stage too, where you can also kind of let go of some comparisons to other people, whether it's homes, whether it's cars, whether it is career position, whatever it is. Congratulate people who are achieving their goals, find ways to be happy for them, and think to yourself, I can do that too, right? So this sisterhood and this brotherhood energy, let's continue to kind of dismantle the competition energy or the comparison energy. Yes, it can give you energy to strive and move forward, but that's more camaraderie, right? Going, okay, well, that's awesome. I'm so glad that they're hitting their gym goals, right? Instead of like, oh man, they hit the gym all the time and I haven't hit the gym all week, right? Just go, you know what? I love it when they hit the gym. It makes me feel inspired. Maybe I can hit my goals next week, right? Or whatever it is for you. Just keep on trying to connect in with what inspires you. So, yeah, I think nothing really is coming to mind in terms of anything that I really wanted to talk about. I just wanted to make sure that I came on to do a live and to connect with you guys, because I've been feeling the energy to come on and do a live for about a week. And here I am. So it's totally okay. There we go. Like, I let it slide a couple times because I wasn't in the mood. Didn't have the right energy. And today I do. And so here I am. So there we go. We are practicing what we preach, my friends. And now I'm going to pull a couple cards. So if you guys want a card and you're on the live, this now is the time. I will pull cards for you. So let me know in the comments if you want. I'll pull a general card for everybody, and then we shall see what's going on in the universe. Have you guys been having wild dreams lately? That's one thing I've noticed over the past month. My dreams have just totally taken we're off and running in some strange energy here, because I've been having dreams that don't even seem like they're connected to me. Like I'm someone else in my dreams. Could be past lives, could be people that I'm going to be connecting in with. Who knows? Also very vivid dreams, like, places that seem familiar, although they're not, because I've never been there before, theoretically. So interesting if you guys are having funky dreams too. Okay, we got unicorn. Infinite possibilities. You are the sovereign of the seen and unseen worlds. The magic of love surrounds you. Beauty transforms you. Listen to the spirits of light, abandon the darkness, go beyond the ordinary and become the legendary. So this is a journey, right? It's a journey to become that legendary version of yourself. It takes work to let go of the darkness or embrace the darkness, whichever side that you need, right? And so enjoying that journey takes a lot. It takes some playfulness, right? Playfulness isn't just puddle jumping or going out to a movie or catching up with friends. Playfulness can actually be the willingness to take risks again, right? Playfulness can be going, okay, I learned a lesson there. You know, when we get the messages from the universe to be more playful, sometimes it's like, okay, can you see what's going on? But realistically, even coming on to watch this is playfulness, right? Because we're exploring. We're exploring the magic. We're exploring the mystery. We're staying connected. We're valuing and appreciating each other and how we support each other and moving forward in different ways and self-expression. So go beyond the ordinary and become the legendary. This is something that I guess we kind of touched on, but I think all of us have fears of being that highest version of ourselves. Like for me, I actually just started to connect with someone new. And as I was kind of thinking about what I was saying about myself, you know, introducing yourself to a new person, you're talking about yourself, you're sharing some of your experiences, your past experiences, your present experiences. And I was kind of thinking, like, right now, I don't really feel like I'm fully in my power in terms of what I want to bring to the table in my life. However, I'm not going to really chastise myself for where I'm at right now because I have accomplished so much. Spiritually, I have come so far that it would be a real travesty to criticize myself and compare myself right now. So wherever you guys are at, wherever we are at, it's good enough. It's good enough wherever you're at right now, okay? There's so much going on outside. There's so much that's happened in the past. There's so much going on at the present. Let's take a minute to breathe and really just appreciate ourselves and this energy of the infinite possibilities, right? Because that can be daunting when you have that blank page where you can create anything, right? So going beyond the ordinary, becoming the legendary, that's a lifetime process. So enjoy the process, enjoy the journey, because we're in this together. We're all in the mystery. None of us have all the answers. Nobody did it right. Nobody did it all wrong, right? We're just such a beautiful, I don't know, symphony. Cacophony, is that the other one? And all together, all mixed together, right? The belief, the disbelief, achieving your goals, failing, you know, so much of it is, you know, all of the contrast, right? So let's be inspired by the little things, the beauty around us, and venture to take risks again. Let's venture to take risks again in our own lives, because without taking those risks, we're really not going to continue to pursue growth, right? And I totally understand the fear of taking risks again, especially when you've taken risks in the past and they didn't work out, or you were really hurt, or it essentially took you into a massive transformation of spirit. And it was just 3333 on the clock, just so you guys know. I get it. I totally understand. And I experience that too. And I'm moving through that right now, where I'm going, okay, you know, to love again, to risk again, to set goals again, to dream again. It's risky. It takes effort. It takes energy. And I'm going to do it because that's who I am. And that's what I want. I want to travel again. I want to connect with new people again. I want to put my heart out there again. I want to enjoy this new version of myself. I want to enjoy what I have worked so hard for. Okay, so it might not have happened in the time frame I want. I might not have everything that I want, but we know that happiness is very fleeting, and we have to find joy in the little things. Otherwise, we're always going to be chasing. We're always going to be regretting. And if we're in that either of those energies for a prolonged period, we're not enjoying who we are, what we've done, who we've met, the relationships we've had, the connections we've had, the wisdom, the books, everything that makes us who we are. So let's see. Okay, tender love and care. I'm going to pull a card for you. Hopefully you're still there. All right. So tender love and care. I'm actually going to I'll pull a couple cards. Because if you're still there or you catch the replay, I've got the time. So I think it's a good day to pull a couple cards. And let's see. Okay. All right. So first card. Dragon supernatural. All right. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. So in this lifetime, so much of the societal constraints or those comparisons that I was talking about before, dignity, money, status, career, right? But Western society doesn't really value that spiritual work, that transformation, the ability to grow, the ability to dismantle patterns from the past, to break ancestral patterns. Whoa. Like, if we valued that as much as we did status, clothing, like whatever it is that makes you feel inferior or unworthy or not enough in this but that's based on society values. No, I'm getting a heavy energy from this card going, you're breaking free of those kind of nagging things from the outside in, where it was our insecurity in the past for believing them. And now we're really breaking the constraints and breaking the chains and freeing ourselves and moving forward in a way that works for us and going, oh, you don't think that's powerful? Well, I do. And that's what matters. So, and the shape-shifting at will too, I like this because, if you've been set on something, it means you have the openness and willingness to move on a different path as well, and to be influenced by that uncertainty, to move with it. And to know that as long as you are committed to yourself and you're working on yourself, that wherever that path brings you, you're taking yourself there, right? It's like this investment energy and new energy, exploring new things. So I love this for you. And also kind of mastery is your destiny. I get the energy here that you have mastered something in your own right, and you can celebrate yourself and be very happy for yourself that you have come this far and that you committed to yourself and put that energy into it. It's like, even if you don't have a group of people that can see that and recognize that and value that in you, know that there's energy outside of yourself that is recognizing and valuing and respecting what you have put in to the world, to the universe, that energy that you committed. So you are meaningful to the whole. And the work that you've done is seen, if not recognized, in the Western kind of perspective of things. So let's see what goes with that as well. Imrama, where are you being called to journey to? So this one is, I actually pulled this one this morning for myself, and I think it's asking us, okay, I think you can feel that something is coming up, that there's change. You can feel a subtle vibration shift. You know that there's going to be some choices to make, some decisions to make, that energy of flux, like being in between two spaces. This is the energy that I kind of get. It's like, all right, you have accomplished something, you've mastered something, and you might have needed some comfort, stability, hermiting, to be inward for a while. But now there's like this prompting, this energy that's prompting you to, okay, step out of your shell, keep moving forward with what you've been working on. But there's going to be a more call to be more vocal, like me just doing the reading today. I'm listening to the call, right? So keep on listening to the call and keep coming further outside of the comfort zone, that we've developed while we were healing, while we were transforming, while we were protecting ourselves, and step towards what's calling you. So even small steps towards what's calling you, and you'll eventually find your way. You'll find that path, because it's kind of lit up here in the photo, right? She's got this, we see our person here, and there's where we're kind of heading in the doorway, and there's this pathway that's lit up. So we'll get there slowly but surely, even if you can't see exactly where you're headed. And we also have the Three of Cups. It was reversed here. So essentially moving away from heartache, moving away from a cold heart. I heard like hell froze over in my heart kind of thing. Like, you know, sometimes when we're in protective mode, we have to shut down the emotions a little bit, especially if we've gone through a stage where we were very emotional and very influenced by our emotions. We do sometimes have to, shut it down because it's not assisting, or we're unable to listen and work with the emotions. And so it has to close down. Then we can get cold and indifferent, and feel disconnected. And so right now it's like I see kind of like plugging back into the grid and leaving the heartache behind, just subtly, lovingly, warmly, compassionately moving in a different direction. And knowing that's okay. Knowing that you still remember the pain, but it's less palpable. It's less raw and vivid because you have healed a lot. There might still be scars, but you're moving forward and you're not really paying attention to the scars as much. I think you're more paying attention to, you know, what you want from the scars. Where are the scars taking you, right? You know, what path is this leading me down? So it's kind of nice to have that Three of Cups kind of, you know, reversed in this regard, I think, with the dragon and the supernatural and Imrana. Where are you being called to? Because I think it's spring too. It's like melting that heart space and coming back to a place of connection and drive and motivation, but slowly and surely. So it's not, we don't feel like we have to do anything, right? So, you know, I appreciate you guys coming on today, whoever caught some of the live, and it's really good to connect again. It's funny, I haven't been on in so long that even just doing 40 minutes, my voice is starting to go a little bit. Usually I'm used to coming on and doing like an hour and a half, right? But slowly and surely, don't need to, you know, force myself. We don't need to do an hour and a half if it's not in the cards, unintended. Thank you guys for your support. You know, thank you for being you. Thank you for coming on here and connecting. It's awesome. And feel free to send messages online if you want to see anything, if you want to discuss certain topics, dreams, could be aliens, could be archangels, ascended masters, could be anything really. There's so much to explore. So, I mean, I do it often in my videos, just kind of whatever themes are coming up. But if you guys have any particular themes that you want to explore, feel free to message me on YouTube, and we'll connect in next time. You know, exploring the healing, magic, and connection, episode 2. All right. So much love to you guys. Take care. And keep on, you know, doing you. Keep on keeping on. Be proud of yourself. You've achieved a lot. You've gained a lot of wisdom. And you can be proud of everything that you have accomplished. All right? And anyone else having birthdays or had their birthdays already in 2023, happy birthday. Happy belated birthday. And another trip around the sun. All right, guys, take care. Love you lots, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Ciao for now. Bye. Ciao.